We're live.
Yeah, let's just Okay, so let's talk about fun stuff now.
Fun stuff.
So live here with Terry and Richie from Alter Rare, and we're going to talk about the Horrors Series 2 event that's coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, one more sleep.
Thanks a lot for having us on, Jimmy.
No, it's always fun, and I'm over here in Asia, but at least we get to celebrate Canada Day together. Terry's kind of like the middle ground here. I bet you, I don't know, but it seems to me like it would be kind of close. If you crossed your pond, Richie, and I crossed my pond, we might actually meet up in the middle with Terry.
We could be there in 8 hours, mate. Let's do it.
8 hours? Frick, I think it took me 11 hours at least to fly to...
I don't think we're even allowed out the country to come to see you, even if we wanted to. We'd have to swim it.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I mean, I guess things are starting to open up. I got a message the other day from somebody who's in Singapore, and they said things are kind of starting to get back to normal. People wandering around and stuff like that, right? So, but I'm actually interested to see what's going to happen with the Olympics.
I don't know how they're doing that, man. Like, really, like.
The football's half opened up. I was in a stadium with 20,000 people last weekend. It was really weird to be with that many people again. Yeah, for the one match, yeah.
Well, I had heard just yesterday on the news that that Delta variant is out in the UK, and they're worried about that. They're asking for the Euro matches to be shut down.
They won't shut it down now. Not while we're winning.
It's going to be interesting to see how things pan out. I think in the world, the Olympics is kind of an interesting test case because we're kind of in this crypto world now where there aren't really many conferences and things happening, right? Like there used to probably be especially with collectibles and stuff, they're global national conferences. Like when things open up, when things get back to normal, I mean, projects like yours are going to be in art shows all over the world, right? You would imagine there'd be showcases and stuff like that.
That'd be awesome.
I think so. Yeah. Well, it is a bit crazy that we've launched in a time when you can't leave your house. So it's nothing like that's been opened up to us yet. But yeah, you'd think.
Yeah. Well, at least in the metaverses.
True. Yeah.
Right. Get a nice storefront in the RFox vault and set up the Ultra Rare shop and.
Right. Just put these on your computer and put the computer at the foot of your kid's bed when your kids are causing problems the night before, because they won't cause problems when they wake up to those images.
No,
if
not
they sleep at all.
Canada, we're here on a Canada Day, which is kind of nice with a Brit, I guess. Good old fashioned Englishman up there, so I guess we should start out by just making sure that everyone understands that the reason that the White House is white is because of us.
Yeah.
We burn it to the ground at one point. It might not have been Canadians, there was a couple people from across the pond that helped, but it was us. I mean, America's never lost a war. My ass.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just like to take the piss. I was actually an American history teacher, and I quite like teaching American history. It's much more interesting in a lot of ways than Canadian history, because Canadian history is pretty cool, but it's really passive. It's just hey, can we be a country? Yeah, sure, why not? That's pretty much what happened, right? I mean, we were talking about some bad things that happened to the natives, which we don't need to go into, but beyond that, it was really good. So. But yeah, let's talk about maybe that a little bit later. But I want to know about this series too. So this is not your second project, not your second release that you've done, actually, but it is the second series of the Horrors, because you've done other projects as well. The first one that you guys released was the Horrors, but then you did Alien Horrors, you did a couple other projects in between. So what's series 2 and why now?
Well, Series 2, we started it pretty sharpish after Series 1 launched in January, but it's a mammoth piece of work, so it wasn't something we could just we would never rush it out anyway. But it's not something that could be done in a couple of months. So it's literally taken us the 6 months to put together. And we had quite a few other ideas, so it wasn't just horrors and then horror series too. But yeah, this set even dwarfs the first one, which was pretty huge in the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's massive. Like, we dropped those other limited sets, right? But like Richie said, and John has said it too in our weekly Zoom call the other day, was we've been working on this one for months now. It's like it's since just after the first set came out, right? So those other sets were limited edition, smaller runs or whatever, but this set is just massive. Like, when I saw one of the cards that we were working on, like in January or February, and I was like, oh, I totally forgot about that card. Those look awesome still. So I'm super excited to get into these again. We'll see some recurring characters come back from the first series in a different form, and 50 totally new characters, Richie, with an A and B name.
Yeah, 50 A and B. The base set's 100, and there's 8 variants plus a few more guest sets thrown in with different variants and a different artist doing them. Packs in packs. There's all sorts. About 1,300 templates.
I don't know. I really liked the first series. It was pretty scary. I'm a little bit disappointed with the second series, I have to say. I mean, what is this? This isn't scary at all. This is absolutely ridiculous. Sorry, I just had to throw this up here. I have no idea what's going on. I researched Ultra Rare Series 2, and I got a bunch of little trolls and like cute pink packages.
We have to mix it up. We've always got a different way with this.
Yeah, obviously not you guys.
I think that's not our project.
Yeah, not your project. I mean, the little troll characters are kind of scary at times.
Are you now? What you were taking the piss there, Jimmy? Were you talking about the little horrors?
No. I don't know.
As it happens, we do have little horrors in the packs in packs, so they are a completely different, slightly more cutesy version.
I don't know what templates you're looking at that aren't scary. I seen one with a clown decapitating.
No. The one that I just had up on the screen on the shirt. That when I searched Ultra Rare Series 2, it popped up with these little pink characters, which definitely weren't you guys. That was something else. So yeah, sorry. So I was kind of taking the piss, but not out of the project. I was taking the piss out of like the fact that popped out.
Yeah. Now these ones. Oh man.
We've filled the packs with 1-of-1s as well. So we've brought back some. These guys are from the Series 1, but we've got our animator in and done something fancy with them. And so there's the black and white versions, which are Living Legends, and then there's Living Gold, which are 1-of-1s.
Now these we've had black and gold as our 1-of-1s before, but we never had them with animation moving like that. So this is something totally new for this set too.
Just let me do this. I'll be back in a minute. So I think that's you, maybe, Richie. Let's pull that back up again. So which sorry, did you rehash them all or just those 4?
We've got 10 A's and 10 B's, so it's a 20 card set of the Living Legends. So we've got 50 all new characters, but we have thrown some extra little sets in of say there's the Living Legends, there's guest set cards, because we have another artist who works for us who is quite popular, and with he did some in Alien Horrors and some in Series 1.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but that's the Creepo the Clown and Wendigo really get me.
Yeah, Wendigo's my favorite. I've loved him from Series 1.
Yeah, you had a little bit of input, didn't you, on the animation of Wendigo?
Yeah. I really liked being a part of putting my input in on these animations for sure.
So it's a 50-card A and B set with over 8 variants, including newly envisioned glass, cosmic, blood-soaked, and cursed, with 1,300 unique cards, including over 300 unique 1-of-1s. So this is quite a bit quite a bit more extensive than the first series, if I remember correctly. There weren't that many.
Yeah, about 776 potential, possibly around that anywhere. So yeah, not double the size, but quite a bit bigger.
So how many?
This is a reoccurring subset that we had that was called glass before, but now it's changed. It's the same rarity, but it's changed to cracked glass. So Baca did these, right, Jimmy or Richie?
Yeah, Baca's done 4 of the variants, and he's crazy talented.
Yeah, he's put his spin on it there. So before they were kind of like a flat glass, like reflection, or whatever, and now you could see there when it's the shine goes across, it's all cracked, and you can see the character behind it.
This has got like a weird kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but like every horror movie ever, when you see a mirror and you're worried about like something jumping out and pulling you in, right? Like that's got that kind of feeling to it, I think.
Yeah, exactly, right? The crack, and then you look back, you look again, and oh shit, he's right behind me.
Right. And like you can't, like the green one and the red one especially. I guess the blue one, maybe it's just the image, but all 3 of them up there on the top, like it's hard to see, especially the red one, like what's behind that. Until the thing kind of flips across, and then you get a little bit more of a glimpse, and it is a little bit freaky, right? Yeah, so I thought this was interesting. You guys are going to do a 13-minute sale, right?
Yeah,
and you're going to do it, and you're going to do it's going to be unlimited, yes?
Pretty much. There are pack limits, but it's 13 packs a minute, so collectors are going to be able to get pretty much their fill if they want to. We talked about this, God knows how many times, but we lost quite a few collectors off our Alien horrors because they just couldn't get any packs, and they were really annoyed by it. And we could set white lists where, okay, you could get 2 packs, but 50 cards for this set? That's not even going to get you really started on collecting. So it was a difficult way of getting packs into collectors' hands, but also to disincentivize flippers a little bit. So hopefully the right people will go after these rather than each of the last 3 releases, the pack prices are like times 10 or times 3 for Horseman instantly.
And I think we can send out a warning to all the pack flippers now to not even try it. Like don't try it. Collectors are going to get their own fill. So if you buy a whole bunch to flip, you're going to end up sitting on them. So just don't do it, because everybody's going to get what they want, and we're not gonna succumb to your ways. We're not gonna.
Right. Yeah. So we had a similar situation with our rig sale over in the Uplift, right? Like, and so basically everyone was whining and complaining and saying like, how dare you release cards without limits? And it's kind of like the idea was we want people who want to participate in our ecosystem the chance to have those cards, right? The chance to be able to mine that Upliftium, because that's like the in-game token that's going to allow you to put up pictures on the walls and do other things, right? And I think you bring up a really good point, because there are a lot of whales that do come into the space that have the advantage, because especially in wax, there are ways to, ensure that you can get things when, your random Joe that doesn't really know, that's just coming in as a collector who isn't really on par with everything that's going on, will miss out, right? Like, some wallets are working fast, some wallets, like I think I'm pretty decent, and I still miss out on some of those like Bitcoin origin drops and stuff like that, right? Like spinny circles. Right?
I've missed out on loads recently.
I've missed it. Yeah, exactly. Me too. I've missed out on the past 3 or 4, I think, sales. But I'll tell you, it's not just wax only, dude. Like, because wax is so easier to get the wallets and stuff. But I've participated in a few ETH drops this month, and frick, man, they go out, like this, right? And it's the same thing. It's 1 account, 3 accounts, bots buying up huge amounts. And then, like Anders, buying up huge amounts and then flipping them on the.
No whales, no whale sightings in Canada. They're all up in the Nordic areas of Europe. yeah, but I like, here's the thing. I like that, right? Like, I think one of the things that I've always liked about, ultra rare is it's pretty solid art, in my opinion, right? Like, I mean, different people are going to like different things. Like, I know a lot of people really think that the, Garbage Pail Kids or Crypto Monkeys, those cards, like, they're really fun. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think they're cool ideas. Like, they hide Easter eggs and things like that in there. But there's something about the art that you guys put together that you do that, to me, lifts it to just another level, right? Like, I don't want to sell most of the stuff that I have, and I don't even have that much stuff from you guys, just because, like, I missed the first pack sale, I think, and I was like, I'll just buy it on the secondary market. But then I was just like, it's hard to pay like triple or quadruple for some of this stuff, right? So I really respect that. Like, I like the fact that I don't know what time I'm going to have to get up and open my computer for that 13 minutes to be able to get on this sale, because that's going to be quite difficult. And I mean, half the time I can't even, a third of the time, 2/3 of the time, I can't even get to the stream on time for Terry. So how the hell am I going to, get up for 13 minutes? I'm really bad with that cross timing. So what time do these go on sale? Just so that everyone knows.
5 p.m. UTC, which is 6 p.m. UK, and I've no idea what time it is where you guys are at.
Well, what time is it there now?
It'll be 4.5 hours on from whatever time you're at now.
4.5 hours. That's on the 2nd. So, whoa, that actually kind of 4 hours and 40 minutes, right?
It'll be 12 noon Eastern time.
1 a.m. I can totally stay up for that. Sweet.
It's worth staying up if you know you're going to get a couple of packs. There's nothing worse than staying up till 1 a.m. and then getting outbotted by Anders and whoever else.
Again, Bitcoin Origins, this happened to me. I wanted to go in on the last Bitcoin Origins sale. I was up until 3:30 in the morning, and I struck out. I didn't get anything. So yeah, I think you're right? It's worth setting a alarm and getting up wherever you happen to be, because you know you're going to get something, right? You know you're not going to get out of bed and have to go back to despair. So, and I guess Eastern Standard Time, that would be noon, I guess, right?
I think so, because that's 4.5 hours or so from me now.
Yeah, it is.
Concept on Wax asked in the chat, are they pre-minted? And they are going to be, it's going to be our regular system, Richie? So they're not.
Yeah, it's hybrid system.
The hybrid system. So you're not going to be able to open until a few hours after the pack sale. And in that time, the atomic geniuses there are going to do their shit and pre-mint the set amount, the set percentage, and then they're all going to be, so in your pack, each card again could be pre-mint or mint on demand. But
so I can open these at the end of the weekend and I still have an equal chance of getting a mint one or a high rarity.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
You can open Alien Horrors from 3 months ago and there's still number ones in those packs as well. Half of them are pre-mint, half of them are mint on demand. Yeah, for sure. So, except the living legends, right, or the ultra rare mythicals, those will all be pre-minted, right? We wanted to keep, because we don't know how many packs we're going to sell. We've no idea, to be honest. We wanted to keep some set amounts. So the ultra rares, there's going to be 13 of them, no matter how many packs are sold. The living legends, the blood soaked, and the epics, they're going to be limited numbers of them. I do have the figures around the similar levels to the last time, and then the 5 more common variants, those we don't know what the limits will be on, but they're all set amounts. But so those are the ones we kind of split it into 2. Some that'll be collectible for everyone. Well, not everyone, but a lot more people will be able to do trades and hopefully afford them. And then there are still some sets that will be ultra exclusive and difficult to get a hold of.
I can confirm Anders doesn't use bots, and he is really flipping fast on the trigger. So I don't know. I think if you want to beat him out in another series, then you should just figure out a way to get him to tell you his secret ninja secrets. But for this series, it doesn't matter. You got 13 minutes, right? You got 13 minutes. I mean, as long as the Wax Cloud wallet doesn't shit the bed like it sometimes does.
Don't say that to us now. That's why we haven't gone for really low limits on the packs, because if you lose 5 minutes of a 13-minute sale,
right? Yeah. So I wanted to ask, what happens if there's a problem? Will you guys extend it, or do you have a plan in there?
If there's a huge problem, say if it knocked up for 10 minutes of the 30 minutes and loads of people missed out, it could be extended. We don't want to do that.
Yeah. So
we're told that they handled 25,000 people for the Our Planet sale and it went pretty smoothly. We're not expecting those numbers. We're just hopeful it's going to be all right. It can be extended if it goes really shit. Like if it does.
Yeah. So if it freezes up like it normally does for like a minute or two while it's bogged down, right? While everybody's trying to get through there, it'll still work out. It'll still be okay. You'll still have several minutes to get your fill of 13 packs and 13 packs and 13 packs. If that's what you wanted to do. So
just to clarify that, because I think this might be confusing to some people. So every minute you can purchase 13 packs.
Yeah, it's a 1 minute cooldown. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's a 1 minute cooldown with 13 packs per minute potentially if all runs smoothly. I say it'll only be the utmost whales that would ever be affected by these limits, really.
Yeah, I mean, like that's pretty good. Like for me, I guess if you like do 26 packs or even 3 sets is pretty good. Like that's quite a bit. How much? I guess they're priced in fiat, but about how much are they going for now at present wax prices?
Well, it's $30 for the 25 pack and $12 for a $10 pack. Are we around 10 cents or 11 cents at the moment on wax? Or
yeah, it seems about right to me.
Just shy of 300 wax. I would, off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some quick math.
They're from a nation of navigators. There, Terry.
I can't draw. I've got to be able to do some math. So what am I bringing to the team?
Yeah.
Sorry. So what's going on here?
Well, we've also got packs in packs. So there's a set in a set. In the Terror packs, the 25 packs, you've got a 50-50 chance of getting an extra pack, which are filled with a Little Horrors set. So there's 10 A's and 10 B characters with a few variants. So yeah, a little bit of an extra bonus.
These are really cool too. If people think the art looks similar, it's the artist from what's Jake's company called again? I can't remember.
Destiny Art Studios.
Yes.
Yeah. Little Monsters.
The Little Monsters guys. Yeah.
Yeah, we had them on the show, I think, not so long ago. It was pretty cool. I mean, I like it just because, in the Uplift world, when you go into Nemesis and you get chased by those like little Chucky Green dudes, it reminds me of them. Because those guys really suck.
Yeah, they're fun. I like the Menace Studios stuff. I've collected a few of their different sets, and those are pretty fun. So I was excited to see those cards.
I mean, so I guess most people know this, but yeah, just make sure you have a Wax Cloud wallet or any other wax wallet, and you stock up on some wax, and then you can
stock up on your wax. Get it while it's cheap.
Right. It's hard though. Like that's the hardest thing I think in this ecosystem. Is like it's good because it's like got these security measures behind them, right? But you can't use your wax unless it's unstaked, and it takes 3 days to unstake it. So if there's like drop upon drop upon drop, like you can really quickly run out of wax, right? It's like I went into my account today, and I'm just like, that's not good.
No, I'm gonna have to. Now, Jimmy, what do you think of these variants? What do you think of the reverse film negative?
Yeah, so I was going to say that earlier. I really like that. It's this one here, especially. I don't know if I can expand it here, but this Mr.
in there, no?
No, I can't. Maybe I could go into the Atomic Hub, but this Mr. Deranged one here with the blue. it's really freaky, actually. That reverse film negative is, there's just something about the image with the table and the head on it and the glowing eyes that looks like it actually could be out of an old style horror movie.
Well, and that's the thing, I think a lot of projects have tried to do the reverse negative, right? And it just kind of looks static and it looks flat, and it doesn't look as good as the original. With these reverse negative shots, they have their, like you said there, you can see the shadow and the colors and stuff, and they have their own appeal that makes them uniquely good and not just another thrown in variant, right?
Yeah, and there's some weird thing that's going on in the back of my mind now. Like, when you used to be in a movie theater and the scene would the reel would finish and you'd get that. There's something with that image that like brings that up in the back of my mind. I don't know why.
For sure. I think that's exactly what we were going for, Rich?
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh,
I got it.
So it was, but I've got to admit, a lot of it was down to Backer again. We gave him a little bit of a free rein. We wanted a few of them remade. First off, he came with Bloodsoaked, and I absolutely loved the Bloodsoaked that he did. But then we had Hypno for the last series, and it couldn't really be reimagined particularly well. So he brought us a few ideas for the film Negative, and I think he absolutely nailed it.
Right. So those are going to be the Hypno Rarity, which was limited. Rare.
Yeah.
Now the ones above there are the ones Richie was just talking about, the blood soak. So if you remember from series 1, the blood came across the top and dripped down the card, right? So it looked like,
right.
Well, this now, if you look closely, so it's blood splattered across the card, but then it seeps into, so you see almost like a bandaging behind it. Like the card turns to kind of like a gauze, a blood-soaked gauze. It looks really, really cool.
Yeah, I do like it. I'm a reverse film negative fan though, but it is really cool. The blood soak one.
You have to go for that set then. You'll have to try and collect that whole set. That's the beauty about this series too, is you can pick a rarity that you like and go for that one, right? You don't have to necessarily collect them all. If you want to and get all the wicked awards that we give away for collecting full sets, then by all means do that. But there's enough variant there and enough different rarities that you could pick one that you like and go for it. Unless it's these, you're going to be hard pressed to get a full set of these for sure. These are
right.
101.
Yeah, I mean, like the Creepo the Clown is really cool. I really like that a lot. I can't remember what I have I have it, like I don't have a full set of the first series. I've got a few, and I think I've got a few alien horrors as well. But yeah, I mean, this is really cool. I kind of like it, but it is difficult, to get a full set. But sometimes these days I just prefer. Like sometimes these days, I just have to, be content with just cherry picking off the secondary markets, the characters I really like. If I'm so far away from like a complete set of any rarity, right? Like it's kind of like, okay, well, I really like Creepo the Clown, so I'm going to pick up, one of the higher rarity levels of that one only, right? Just because like it's really difficult when you guys have every project, right, has, I guess there's 6 different sets that you could potentially put together, right? And so yeah, like it's just really difficult to keep up if you're keeping up them with more than one project. But again, I'm really interested to see how this pans out, because with this 13-minute sale and then no limit part of it, the secondary market prices will probably be higher. But like you said, a majority of the people who want to collect these sets have a chance to do it from the get-go at base price. So potentially there won't be that much of a price hike later in the game, if that's kind of what I'm thinking might happen, right? Like people are still going to throw them way up there, but there won't be so much competition for it, because a lot of the hardcore collectors, or even myself, will be able to like get more packs, which will potentially be able to lead into these sets, right? So like I'm not saying like I don't want to collect sets. I'm just saying like at some points in time it becomes really expensive. So I kind of like the idea that maybe I could spend the same amount of wax and get like not only one set, but like maybe 2 or 3, right?
Well,
and like actually have that art.
And that's what we wanted to avoid, was the that initial, like Richie was saying, that initial hike that pack flippers put out there so that you could get enough that you wanted, and then get back to trading, right? Like our community was built hugely around Series 1 with the trading, and everybody was in there trading, right? So if all the series collectors get enough that they want and then they crack them, right, you're still not going to get your sets, but you're going to have lots of dupes in that, and you can come and trade, and guys have been really good about that. And if you can't afford to collect all sets, you, like you said, Jimmy, you can pick a character, and then you can collect each one of that character, and we will reward that as well with a rainbow variant.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that one. Is this a new one for this series?
I was just going to say about the rewards, because we rewarded 144 unique cards for Series 1, but we've blown that away with this one because you say it's a massive set. Not everybody can collect 50 of something or 100 of something to get the full set. So yeah, we're not only collecting like horizontally, we're also collecting per character. So if you get base to ultra rare of Creepo the Clown, you'll get not Creepo because obviously he's not in. For Dr. Deranged, you'll get a rainbow of Dr. Deranged. So it makes it a little bit. You pull an ultra rare. There's very few people who could collect a full ultra rare set.
Right.
But now you've got something to use the ultra rares with while collecting.
And that's actually massive, to be honest, because like you could actually build a set around the ultra rare that you're pulling and buy down the rest of them, and then on top of that, you get a card that's actually more valuable than the ultra rare.
That's
that doesn't happen very often, right?
Well, the most that a rainbow that could ever be would be 13 because it could match the ultra rares, but realistically, not all of them will be pulled, so it's going to be less than 13 per rainbow card. We tried it out for the Horseman for the first time, and I think it was about 8 of the 13, perhaps. Maybe it's not even quite that many for some characters.
Yeah, if somebody wants to see what they look like, you can check out my wallet. I have the Death Rainbow because, again, just like you said, Jimmy, I pulled the ultra rare, so then I just collected down and made sure I had each one, right? So if you go to my wallet, fricku.wham, frcqu.wham.
It's like it's April Fool's Day. It's like, hey, yeah, you can go check out my wallet and all the stuff I have. Fuck you, .wham. I like it. Sorry, one more. It's just
frcqu.wham. Frick you.
But actually, one of my wallets has a really weird like almost that as well thing. So just let me pull it up.
So I have my rainbow death card posted on my profile there. You can see it there.
Oh, nice. Okay, let me put that in again. My computer's really slow. I had to close the stream before to pull my browser off because like when people see that I have like 15 browsers open, like they just make fun of me for the next week. So sorry.
I have a bad tendency of keeping tabs open right now with Our Planet recipes that I want to try when I get enough Aether, but then my computer will go down or something and I'll lose all those recipes and I'm like, no.
Right, yeah. It's like, yeah, or something doesn't work and you have to shut it down and it's just like, you go in there and it's just like, I've had this tab open for a freaking month and I haven't used it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, sorry, one more time, what was it?
frcqu.wham.
frcqu.wham. And if you want to, celebrate Canada Day and send Terry a really cool NFT, I'm sure he would love it. Now you know the address.
No, don't fill up my wallet with crazy NFTs. Actually, my wallet's full of crazy NFTs. I like to support all the little projects, and I buy a little bit of everything. So if you look in there, there's a lot of random shit.
What am I looking for here?
So it'll be like, how on the top of my profile?
Yeah, so the death one.
Yeah, the rainbow death card. That's the rainbow. Is the rainbow there? Oh, no, that's the living legend, is it? Or
sorry, you're not seeing the screen. I forgot to share that.
No. Maybe I don't have the rainbow up there. I might just have the living legend up there. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it is the rainbow, but I'll find the tabs that are open in just a second here. There we go. It's really interesting when people buy laptop computers that they're going to use for work. And then they get into crypto and live streaming.
It's like this doesn't
it doesn't work at all. Exactly.
You know what? So that's the ultra rare that I got from the Four Horsemen series, which is an amazing card. I love.
Yeah, that's pretty slick. The bats flying in the background is pretty. The crows flying in the background is pretty cool.
Yeah. And then, so I worked my way down. I collected all of them, all of the death cards, and then I got the rainbow version.
Yeah, we'll be making announcements about all the rewards. But I think we're over 300 for different reward cards. If you got the lot, it probably rivals most sets that people sell. But
yeah.
I mean, I could totally see that card without the word death on, even with the word death on the bottom. I could totally see that card like in the middle of a video game. That's how good the art is, I think, and the animation, right? Like it could totally be like the final scene of a level or
yeah, absolutely. And that's what I said too. Like wait till we can get, it becomes more commonplace as those, like a wall frame, right? That you can show your NFTs on, and like, oh man, like some of these, like when you get the high def and you get close up, they're just flipping amazing.
We set McCauley a challenge for that one. It was my favorite piece of art he did, but we did set him a challenge. We showed him a couple of pieces of art on wax. I won't say which project. And we said these are widely seen as like some of the best art on wax. You've got to that's what you're aiming for. And Death was the first of the Horsemen he came out with, and I loved it.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's
what was it about Terry that had you sold? Was it the fact that these are his two profile pictures, one that resonates death and another one that resonates mindfulness and meditation? Those two things beside each other are awesome.
Yeah, it's balance, man. It's all about balance, People that stifle and push down that evil they have inside them, then it takes over. But if I address it and I say, okay, I have this death, I have this evil, but I also have my meditation and my balance, then it's all good.
Yeah, I like it. I'm pretty excited to actually get some packs and rip them.
Not long now. Only 14 and a half hours?
Huh?
Is that right? No, 16.
No, 28 hours. It's a day where you're getting yourself excited.
One day and 3 hours about, right?
Yeah, but it's interesting what you say about cracking some packs. That was part of the other reason. We do a weekly Zoom on a Sunday, and it's always great fun after a launch. But a week later, nobody's got any packs, and you can't buy them on the secondary market because the $300 a pop because they've gone up ridiculous, and there's very few people who can afford that. Like there are some obviously who'll go for it, but this way, hopefully, we want to give value on the packs. Don't get me wrong, and I think when people start opening, they'll see what's in there and keep wanting to go back for more. But they're not going to 10 times off the bat.
Right.
Yeah. So for our rig sale, we bought a bunch of packs, and we actually had it so that like the land will actually expire in 7 days, so that the little token inside that will grant some lucky people who had that in their packs land, it will expire in 7 days, right? So if you don't have that token out of the pack and in your wallet, you won't get that land. So we actually built it in as an incentive model to get people to rip them open, right? But the worst part about it is like I want to do one on the stream later tonight. And like I had a few packs, and like I ripped them all because I couldn't and so I've got one left that I'm gonna like rip, and it's just like, and Corey's just like, I don't know how you did that. Like, how can you just save one? Like, I still
have a GPK OS1 Mega Impact 5-pack. Like that's over a year and a half now. I've held on to those. That's taken some freaking resilience for sure.
Right. I think I might have I might actually even have an Alien Horrors pack somewhere. I'm not sure, but like the space moves so fast, and then your wallet just like tends to fill out with all these drops and all of these places, and then you go back through like I went back through the other day, and I'm just like, huh, what? Like I forget even what the name of it was, but it was like some little fashion girls cards or something.
The Bratz?
Yeah, the Bratz. I'm like, I still have like 3 Bratz packs, and I'm like, oh, I totally even forgot that I spent wax on those.
Like only about 100 of them exist, don't there? So you could be quids in.
Yeah, it could be. But I was just like, hey, I'm just gonna, pass these off to my daughter someday. Like, might be kind of fun. But that's the thing, right? Like some of these things that are popping up, they could sit in your wallet for 5 or 10 years, right? Like that death card, there's 10 of 13 of them, right? I mean, I highly doubt that anyone in their right mind would burn them. but like wallets get lost, right?
Yeah,
Things happen, right? Like if you have that whole series down the line, or you have like the whole, even the basic set from the first series, what happens when wax goes global, right? Like I get that crypto is global, but like you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like what happens when we mass adoption? I'm trying not to use that term because it just sounds so silly. It's like, yeah, when all of the people come to do the thing that we're doing because we're here and we're smarter than everyone else. No, when it goes global, right? Like when we are in a way, but like we should try to be nice to new people who are coming in. But right, but what happens when it goes global, right? Because this is where I think some of these old series of art are going to get interesting, right? Like what happens when people show up at trade shows for real world physical cards and start pulling out their Wax Cloud wallet and trading things like the horrors for like real world physical cards of another series or comic books or art, like, because I don't think that we're that far away from that point when the world opens back up again and people start, engaging in real physical collectibles, right? And like it already happened as well, wasn't it? Walmart or something. You bought like a card and you were able to scan a QR code in the back of it. I think it was Garbage Pail Kids, maybe, or something. Garbage Pail Kids,
the food fights, yeah. And the tin, if you bought the tin, you had a scannable QR code and it gave you a card in the set. Yeah.
Right, and I mean, there's certain things that like you can't really do. I don't know if you'll ever be able to do it with real world tradables that you can do with wax. Cards or other NFTs. And obviously I prefer this because if I move, I can take it with me. I don't have to pay the shipping costs. Because I'm thinking about moving now and I'm just looking at my books and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I mean, I don't even read anymore. But it's like I have like notes and stuff in them, right? But like, here's the thing, right? Like if you have like a in-person signed Michael Jordan rookie card, right? How do you replicate that on the blockchain? I mean, I guess it's possible, right? You can sign for a credit card. I'm pretty sure that somebody eventually will figure out how to do it.
I've came up with an idea, and I'm not going to share it here because I don't want to.
Right.
But I've come up with an idea, and I was talking with somebody about it the other day, and I think it's fucking genius to get for signatures on things. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you build it because I'll support that 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, and if somebody else out there in the 29 people steals it, just give Terry 80% and he'll be happy, and me a 5% finder fee.
Yeah. Forget it.
But like, this is the thing. We got some really smart people out there. Some really smart people in this chat as well that are like constantly innovating, constantly doing all of these things, right? And then when you just let them loose, it's like the amount of creativity that comes out of it is great. But then when you like, for example, those glass glazed ones that we saw before, those are really cool, right? Like I wouldn't have thought of that, like, behind the glass, and it conjures up all these types of, or the negative film ones as well. Like it's conjuring up things in my brain that are making sounds,
motion and feeling, yeah.
Right. And so I think that's a cool aspect. But like, what if we can, port some of these other ideas over? We don't know how long it's going to be, and so I think like we're still in that area where like the bridges, it's kind of built. Like you can go to a trade show and you can deal with NFTs. You can scan QR codes like on a computer screen. Like, I mean, there's no reason why Richie and you, Terry, couldn't go set up a shop like in London at the next, real world convention store and sell virtual packs, right? It could be done, and it'd probably be cheaper for a table space as well, right? just need a monitor. It's like, we don't need a table. Just give us the monitor on the wall.
Carrying it there as well.
All the fun you can have with that, for sure.
Right.
If you think where we were just a year ago compared to where we will be in a year, there'll be all sorts of things none of us have even thought of yet. It's moved so quick.
Yeah. Yeah, the space has definitely, been pushed into the forefront with the COVID and lockdown and people, like being behind monitors. So it's definitely given us a boost for crypto and for NFTs and collectibles and everything, right? So where the future goes, hey man, we're going with it, but we'll just hold on for the ride like everybody else, I think.
So one of my favorite things about living in Japan, and one of the things that kind of drives me crazy about other countries sometimes, because like I'm kind of a quiet person, like there's too much background noise, I can't hear what's in my head and things get confused. But like, when you walk into a shop or a market here, you can hear like people they basically just yell one thing over and over and over again, right? And it's not like obnoxious, it's not super loud, but it's just like, oh, hey, apple's over here for 20 cents, right? So I have this image in my head right now. What does the first maybe there has been one, but what does the first like NFT collectible? I'm not talking art show. I'm talking about like an NFT collectible. What does the first NFT collectible conference look like? Is it just this big open room with people walking around with their smartphones yelling, ultra rare whores? I got ultra rare whores. Like,
does it stick?
And he's just walking around in this random group of people, like meeting people, and it's like, oh yeah, right. Like you can scan your phone. Like I think that must be a madhouse of goodness, to be honest. Like
there'd be a lot of fun, I think. You know what? And I can picture it like an art show where you have big monitors on the wall and they're showing off your certain ones, and you could go up and scan a QR code in front of it with your phone, and then boom, you get an NFT into your wallet, and like that would be awesome.
Or I mean, even go up and like now we have these like LED displays and stuff in malls, right? Like even walk into a show, and it's just like you can see maybe there's like a I don't know what the word is for it, but maybe there's like a ledger essentially, like not a blockchain ledger, but a ledger on the screen that people have like uploaded their things to, right? They've uploaded their what they want to sell, what they want to trade. Like this is their collection, and you could find it, and then like you could ping a number and find a corner and go sit down with them and negotiate a trade, right? Like it's all fine and dandy to negotiate a trade, on Atomic Hub, right? But like we put in a trade deal, we put in a trade order. Like imagine if you could say, okay, well this guy's got a bunch of like alien whores that I want to get. But like, I'm not really sure if I want to like pay his prices. So now I can go sit down with him. I can show him my collection. It's almost like having those physical trading cards again. Oh, well, you throw that in and I'll throw this in, you can make a couple bundles and you can send them off right away in real time. I mean, how cool would that be? Like it's this kind of stuff that would be really exciting, right? For me, I think that would be really
if you had John on now, he'd be going crazy about that stuff. His idea was like, we've set up a trading channel because that's what we love. Like I say, with 100 cards, it's everybody's in there trying to trade and complete sets. But yeah, that was John's vision. He loves that idea, that sort of stuff. Because it takes him back to his childhood.
Yeah, I think it's just really interesting. So yeah, I guess we can wrap it up. It's kind of hot. I need another coffee. You guys got lots of busy stuff to do. Probably take the dogs for a walk. Get back to doing your math stuff over there, Richie.
Got packs to crack on the testnet. Got to check them all out.
But I guess that's good because like you can get it all out of the. See, you should not be worried about saving packs. You can get it all out of your system before the launch even goes live.
I've pulled some absolute beauties. I've got to give them back. It's devastating.
That's the only thing.
Right.
So we should remind everybody of the sale then. The sale is tomorrow, 14 hours from now, right?
No, not 14 hours from now. It's over a day.
16 hours.
28 hours.
28 hours.
28 hours. 8 hours. 5 p.m. UTC.
You sure?
Yeah.
I'm 100% positive. It's at noon. What time are you now? What time are you on where you're at?
I'm 8 a.m. If it's noon
tomorrow.
Yeah.
You need to know this. You've only got 13 minutes to buy.
Oh, jeez. I better hurry up.
There's links on Atomic for everyone. There'll be links on Atomic.
Yeah, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm just listening to Richie. So if I don't get in, I'll show up. I'll be like, hey, I'm here. It was yesterday, man. You should have listened to Terry.
We've seen you with time zones and getting scheduled without taking no responsibility.
Right? Yeah.
I love it. I've got a room set up where it's okay, show up for this time, and I go in there and nobody's there, and then I go on to YouTube and there's Jimmy on YouTube doing a different interview. Like, what the frick is going on here, man?
I get out of the interview and there's a message, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Do you want to do it now? It's like, no, I'm walking my dogs now. Screw you, Jimmy. The third time's the charm. We finally got you on. But yeah, I believe what we talked about seriously was about a day plus 3 hours. The sale will go live wherever you happen to be. A day plus 3 hours, so 28 hours if you're good with math, like Richie. If you're not, and you're more of a subjective kind of vision person, just 1 day plus 3 hours. However you visualize that, whatever you do, it'll get you to the same point.
Except for it's 1 day and 4 hours, but we'll not talk about
that. Just look on Atomic. Just click the bell.
Yeah, go on Atomic. The link will be up there. You'll find it.
Right.
We have two pack sizes, Fright and Terror, and the Frights will be the smaller for $12 in whack, and then the larger is $30 for 25 cards. The Terror packs, and tons of cards, tons of variants, tons of fun. Buy them, crack them. Come join us on the Zoom. A day plus 3.
Right? See? I mean, I think when we started saying 28, it was at the beginning of the stream, so you might have been right then, but we forgot.
I'm still right now. It's a day plus 3 is 27, but that doesn't make it 3. It doesn't make it right. We're 4 hours in a day where.
Yeah, I can see that now that I was wrong. I can see the error in my ways.
Okay, so yeah, check out on Atomic Hub. I guess there's probably a link directly from your site as well. Obviously, stay safe out there, guys. I think most of you that are watching this stream know that, but make sure whatever you buy over there, the little verified box is checked just in case. The Ultra Rare, it has a verified collection, so there's no reason to think that you're getting an amazing deal if that little box isn't checked, because you're not. And keep each other safe. And then how long is just the final thing? Because I know your Telegram channel will be blowing up, probably 5 minutes after the sale. So let's get this out of the way. How long is the window? Do you have a window for when people will actually be able to open their packs?
They should be openable 3 hours after. But it's never been done like this before. We don't know exactly how many packs are going to be sold. So Atomic have told us they can mint X amount per hour. So as long as the numbers aren't obscene and nothing goes wrong, it'll be 3 hours after packs will be open. But we need to pre-mint 50% of the cards, so it will take a little bit of time.
Great, that's awesome. And happy Canada Day, Terry.
Happy Canada Day, everyone.
Thanks for giving us our freedom, Richie.
You're more than welcome. Do make sure you use it well.
And buy horrors.
Right?
What better way to celebrate your freedom? Buy some horror cards.
And that's where we cut it. Because,